Bakersfield Speedway, July 26, 2014, heat race action. On track now, it's the first heat race of the evening. Let's go through the starting lineup. The number 1 battling the number 2, the N2D of Scott Kaysen, and then the N2D of Craig Hauk, who's gonna go into the wall, climb the wall, and stay in second place.
For now.
You said it.
That was a journey for the N2D machine.
You said it, not me. You're the one that you knew that was going to happen.
You know what happened there is that our tripod isn't set correctly.
Yeah.
So it's so sideways that he had no idea what was happening in turn 4.
Very true.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Low Budget TV at Bakersfield Speedway. My personal, I haven't been here in about a month. And I'm gonna, and then I won't be here for another month.
Battle for second spot, the number 72 Tyler Irwin, who had to work on his car after the hot lap session. Looks like that car could be running better now.
Doggy!
Oh, look at the right front broken. He's gonna get the wall again in front of your leader. We go yellow.
I feel bad because I know what Hauk was looking for was our front stretch camera, because he heard that Childress in the Sport Modifieds hit it last time you were out here and got a free DVD out of it.
Well, he did, but you're not supposed to tear up our cameras in the heat races because we don't even have them ready
there yet. Well, that's important. You know, we should have clarified that in the drivers' meeting. That's probably our fault.
Very true. Greg Hauk has some repairs to do before the main events. And the rest of this field, the 84, that is Settlemeyer, the 21 RRR, who had made contact with Hauk, Roger Welch. So Chris Settlemeyer, Roger Welch. Too many R's in one sentence. Restart lap number 3, American Stocks, heat race number 1 of the evening. We go green, minus Greg Hauk.
Tommy, I think it's safe to say the hottest day of the year.
Yep. So far. We rolled up to this track, put it in park, shut the car off, stepped outside to a 110-degree day. About the only thing saving us here is a nice breeze.
And the good racing.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
That's just making it hotter.
Tyler Irwin slipping to 4th, so that car not running the way it normally does.
It's running about as good as it was at the end of the main event last time, right?
No, it's actually running a lot better. A lot better, because he found himself in the wall at the end of the main event 2 weeks ago when we were out here. Scott Kaysen coming back from a long vacation that we've seen him, or since we've seen him, and the number 1 out to the lead.
You know, Tommy, one thing that's fun about Scott Kaysen is there's a good chance we'll see him at Cindy's tonight.
Very true.
And speaking of Cindy's, there's another driver, a regular here, who had something to say about Cindy's.
Yeah, he made his own. He made his own review of Cindy's. He said he ate there and he couldn't trust his farts.
Who was that?
After that, that'd be the Dragon Slayer Lee Jensen. He'll be racing in the Sport Mods. Checkered flag for Scott Kaysen.
Settlemeyer holding on to that 84.
Yeah. Roger Welch is on the storm and the 72 cruising literally across the line.
Tommy, we were...
Oh, not good news. The 84 up in smoke, maybe steam. It looks more like smoke. The 84, Chris Settlemeyer, leaving a trail of fluid from turn 2 to where he currently is, which is moving forward.
We have a push truck today.
A push Jeep. It's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand.
How dare you?
So hopefully that 84, Chris Mittelmeyer, can, I don't know why. It must be because it's a hot day for me.
Well, you know, I think it's, you know,
Orange bang. Orange bang.
Well, that orange car definitely just went bang. I'll give you that.
Chris Saddlemeyer.
We should probably just stop.
With assistance off the track.
Our heads are as big as that yellow balloon right now. And being treated just as good. Hot day. Getting ready for the second heat race of the day with the American stocks. Mello's guessing here, American stocks. Tommy, 5 cars getting ready to go. Mark Irwin leading us in the number 14 machine. Mike Hill Jr., the 59, on the outside front row with a fresh-looking paint job on that hood.
Oh, contact already at the start.
4 wide.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
No, the 22 of Kevin Johnson to the inside of Irwin for the second position. And debut for the M74, that being driven by Austin Kiefer. And rounding out the field, that's Tara Childress in that 27 machine. And already we have the flag of doom being waved at cars. The pointer stick, don't do that.
A lot of neat stories in this heat race. Your leader right now, Mike Hill Jr.
Let's look at that hood.
Take a look at that hood. Very colorful. Jeffrey, why is that the case?
It's because Mike's son actually wanted to paint the whole car. Mike's like, here's the hood. But a very cool deal. And getting the whole family involved, love it. And I love this paint job. I kind of wish that the kid could have painted the whole car.
Yes.
Look at that. That's a future artist for the Cup Series someday, I'm telling you.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yep, Johnson is doing everything he can in that 22K to catch up to Hill right now. He is throwing it sideways out of the turns. He's trying.
That's what you call digging. Battle for third, speaking of digging.
Oh, yeah. That 74 machine, Tommy. Austin Kiefer, we know that last name. Tommy just turned into a fly. I think we just lost Tommy's microphone. Welcome to Low Budget TV. If there was any question, there shouldn't be any more.
That explains it.
I think you got unplugged. Tommy, tell us what it's like.
Exciting. Battle for the lead. I'm shouting.
I keep moving the mic away from him. Battle for the lead. In case Tommy didn't tell you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Me too.
White flag is in the air. We have a race for the lead in the heat race number 2. Mike Hill Jr., the 59 machine. The 22 is Kevin Johnson. Johnson has worked this entire 8-lap, according to our board, 6-lap race. But it looks like Johnson lost some time down the back straightaway out of turn number 4. It's going to be Mike Hill Jr. in the number 59, holding off a hard-charging Johnson. Kiefer in the 74, we were just about to talk about, and I think we ought to just finish up that story. Tommy Austin Kiefer, I said how that name sounds familiar. And I thought you were just like, yeah, but I'm not going to tell you why.
Correct, yeah. Levi Kiefer's son getting a ride in the M74, who was... That car was driven by Miranda Dotson. And now Austin Kiefer getting his feet wet in the American stocks.
God bless.
Heat race number 3.
Number 3
at the Bakersfield Speedway. Race number 42 for the 44's engine. That's Brian Childress, your point leader. Battling to his outside, Ricky Childress. That's Rick Childress Jr., also known as the Outlaw or the Low Budget TV Camera Destroyer.
But today known as the Dirt Princess.
Very true. Only the people that get to drive that 17 get to run with that name.
Yep.
Last time out, it was Anthony Sly, who was a Dirt Princess. In third place, the number 15D, Dakota Brown, the 53 winner of the last main event for the American Stocks. Carson Puryear and Mike Waters in the number 86 rounds out the field in this third American Stock heat race. Rick Childress Jr. out front. We haven't seen him in an American Stock. I don't think we've ever seen him in the American Stocks that we remember. but he has won an American Stock Championship.
Now, Tommy, talking about second place, Brian Childress, I believe he has a lot on his mind this week.
He's got a baby due any minute, is what we asked and was told. Battle for second, so that's what's on his mind right now.
Yeah, he's obviously, you can tell in the pits, very, very excited. Soon to be father. Oh boy.
He's battling Dakota Brown for the second spot. I was going to say Dakota Brown looked like he was throwing it in the corner, getting that 15D sideways per year in fourth. He won the last American Stock main event. This driver, if no Superior is, which I imagine the viewers back east have no clue who he is, he had never thought about racing stock cars up until you saw his disappointment through the corner, up until his buddies who he raced quads with, and motorcycles and whatnot, kind of egged him on to do this, and so he did. Winner of the last American Stock main event. Cool story for Carson Puryear.
White flag is out on this 8-lap heat race, a pretty decently calm one.
Yeah, field very well spread out. Out of turn number 4, the Dirt Princess, Rick Childress Jr. takes the checkered flag.
Oh, and in the wall, Dakota Brown.
Dakota Brown, I guess, putting some wedge adjustment in to that body panel.
He's just shortening it up, aerodynamics.
Heat race number 1 for the Mod Lights. Welcome back to Bakersfield Speedway. We haven't seen these racers since, I believe, May, Jeffrey.
It's been a while. Contact in big trouble. One car upside down the back straightaway. The number 22. This car had trouble. Yeah. The red flag is out.
I was just going to say that. We saw this car off the track on the hook, and we're going to see it again. I believe the right front suspension broke in hot laps, and again broke.
I think it really broke now. Heavy contact. It was the 50 of Ricky Lewis who got sideways, and I actually don't have a name on the 22 machine.
Way out, though it could be just turned.
But the driver is okay.
Ward Burton.
Race fans, driver is good. Driver is
not really.
Okay.
It's not perfect. Well, Tommy, surprisingly, we didn't roll a car over in American stocks, but we did here in the Mod Lights. I was about to reference that. I was going to say the last time we saw these drivers, we rolled a car over in the heat races. But that was going to be false because I think that was 2 times ago.
I believe you're right.
Which is why I didn't say it. And then look what they did. See what they did?
You called it before it even happened.
And no one knows. Except me.
See the driver hopping out? And you never know. We might see this car back in the main event.
Oh, I hope so.
Here we go for the restart. Jeffrey, don't shush me. Come on now, it's Mod Lights. They just rolled the car over, for goodness sake.
We did, didn't we?
I believe that'd be Kim Lewis in 32, like usual. And the 14 is probably going to be driven by Chris Corner. The 11 has a major damage to his right side. We're going to be going off of a...
Yeah, Rick Granger I have down as the 11 driver. We mentioned Ricky Lewis. Kind of surprised to see him have that trouble early on, Tommy, because as far as I know, this car is a pretty fresh piece.
And that could also be the issue as to why he got a little sideways out of the corner. Getting used to it.
Oh, he's getting both of those left side tires up and into the air. I want to give a shout out to the Bakersfield Speedway because they just gave us a big one. Really, if you're in the area, and I mean 50 miles within the area, 100 miles.
Oh, Ricky Lewis in the air tumbling. You said the left sides were up in the air. Well, all the wheels flying. You see him hop out of that car quickly.
I don't think he. Do you think he's done with that car already? He's done 3 laps with it.
That car might have been a little too hooked up.
That car was not loose. Man, what a ride. I was just going to say, if you're within any distance of the speedway, you got to come out. You see the action, it just never stops. But I'm looking, Tommy, is Ricky hurt?
Yeah, he's got a, I think the submarine belt got him.
Ow.
That's not... That's not funny? But
That's horrible.
it's pretty funny.
I'm not laughing.
Ricky is out and walking. He's probably catching his breath right now and talking like Mickey Mouse. We'll be back after the lap 3 restart.
Well, 3 laps in and 2 cars rolled over. Tommy, I don't know if I'd even want to run the rest of this heat race.
Your car is numbered. Oh, the leader, Jeff Fry on our sheet.
Yeah, Jeff Fry, if that is Jeff Fry pulling double duty tonight, also running in the modified race, I believe. Or was that a sport mod? I didn't even pay attention. I don't even pay attention.
I don't know.
Okay, good. Neither of us do. But if that is Fry, holding on to a strong lead, the 32 we talked about, Mama Lewis. I wonder if she has any idea of what happened just behind her.
I don't know. I imagine.
I'm talking about Granger getting off course.
Yeah.
Not her son flipping wildly upside down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And probably not.
Now, these cars are a lot of fun to watch on track, but they do have their occasional wild moments.
Well, they're a wild car in general. A ton of horsepower, very short wheelbase, which means these cars are extremely agile and also a handful.
Yeah, and a pretty high center of gravity with them. So, like you said, with that short wheelbase comes incidents sometimes like that. If this is Fry taking the win in this the wildest heat race so far of the night. I say so far because it's Bakersfield Speedway. You just never know.
Here we go. Heat race number.
Hold on. 2.
What?
Well, 2 for these guys.
Yes, heat race number 2. We go green, and out front, the number 5, Chris Corner. To the outside, Tim Varney in the newly designed 17. From what we're used to seeing,
Well,
Zach.
they used duct tape on one of the numbers. That's why.
You're right. I do see that. Zach, don't know his last name, is in the 44. He's making a challenge for the lead. That number 44 is flying out here and rounding out the field. The number 13, Jerry Flippo. That's going to help the lead change. Gordner's getting way sideways out of turn number 4. Slips back to 3rd. Lap number 2 up on the board, make it 3 when they cross the line. Battle for 2nd. Gordner to the inside of Varney, looking low. Gordner will make the pass in the center of the corner, but Varney with the run to the high side, not going to get it done going into turn number 3. Trevor, your leader is checking out the number 44.
He got mad. He's driving mad, Tommy, because you don't know his last name.
I can't blame him.
It was a very hot day. Tommy and I.
We've drinking at least 17 waters.
Yeah, we're gonna get pulled over on the way home.
Jerry Flippo goes wide, lets the leader go by. Flippo, graduate of the Mini Dwarf division. A car that you could stab the gas pedal and it'll slowly get up to speed for the most part.
They might have the Mini Dwarf motor in that thing.
This car, on the other hand, is extremely not trustable. Untrusting, I guess. Because of the fact that if you get half throttle, the car wants to spin out. Checkered flag for Zach. And then number 44, Gordner finishing 2nd, Varney 3rd, and Flippo coming across the line.
Top 5. It's now time for the first heat race of the Sport Modifieds here at Bakersfield Speedway on this hot July 26, 2014 evening. The sun's still working on getting down there, and I'm sure a lot of people are just eagerly awaiting the sun to be gone for this day. It did more than enough work. We still have another lap of pace before we do see the Sport Modifieds take to the track to race, so we are going to go through the starting lineup, the number 14 of Eric Manning. You walk through the pits, you see a guy not wearing anything on top, that's probably Eric walking around. Then on the outside, we talked about this a little bit, but he earned himself a free DVD by managing to take out one of the low-budget TV cameras last time we were here, 2 weeks ago, Tommy. Ricky Childress, the outlaw.
It comes at a price. He saved himself $20, but caused about a few $1,000s probably in damage, or a lot of time off work.
Kyle Griffith and Nick Sylvester fill up row number 2 in the 84, and the 38, row number 3, the 93 of Tim Bewley, and the 22C of Michael Johnson, rounding out the field, the 35 of Johnny Wood, if he could. Green flag is in the air, and we're Sport Mod Racing. May go on record as being one of the smaller car counts of the year for the Sport Mod class. What is it, 19?
Something like that, which is incredible in this heat and some of the carnage we've seen lately.
Yeah.
This night will be the first non-B main night that we have seen in a long time.
To the relief of some drivers.
Top 5 on screen now. Children's looking for a way to the high side to get around Manning. Sylvester in the 38, winner of the last Sport Mod race we recorded.
Good battle, not just up front, but also even in the back. Johnny Wood and Tim Bewley. Is this Bewley's inaugural run?
It might be. Another Sport Mod rookie, Johnny Wood, battle for second.
Battle for second. It's between Sylvester and the 38, trying to get around the 16 of Ricky Childress. Childress holds off the 38 so far, and you see Griffith now moving in on that battle on lap number 5 with 3 laps to go.
A few laps to go.
Oh, Manning got sideways, and that's going to allow them to kind of close up some ground, and Michael Johnson spins it out in turns 3 and 4. Will that bring out a yellow? Will that rebunch up this pack? No, it will not. Johnson keeps it going, and we stay green.
Just a few laps ago, Jeffrey, Michael Johnson slid up the track. He kind of thought on the corner of the screen. He had to do some realigning of his groove a little bit.
Yeah, white flag in the air. Eric Manning still with the commanding lead in this Sport Mod race. Oh, into the tire goes Sylvester. He'll spin it out. Manning wins the heat. Sylvester, looks like, Tommy, I see water. Oh boy, this turned into a stunt show.
The water could be, hopefully, from the runoff of the water truck.
I was going to say preparations today. I'd be surprised if it was anything else because I don't see a lot of front end damage.
No.
He clipped the tire and it sent him around. But I was going to make a comment. Sylvester was by far running the lowest. He was on the berm every lap, kicking up dry dirt. So they caught up to him that time around.
He raced number 2 for the Sport Mods on track now. 1 to go when they cross the line, says the flag man. So we're going to go through the starting lineup. Tyler Johnson on the pole, the number 24 to his outside. That would be Jared Schweitzer in the 2S machine. Inside row number 2 has the number 83, Jason Nation, to his outside. The number 74, Wayne Dotson, who we just can't challenge Mike Mosier enough.
No.
So we don't even try.
Not even worth trying.
The 5A that goes to the 5A driver, Austin Fry, who doesn't have to worry about a B main tonight.
Nope.
In the 32, Tina McGowan rounding out the field. We go green, Sport Mod. Tyler Johnson's gonna lose it in front of the pack, and great job for everybody to avoid.
Oh, you know, no one had hit until Tyler Johnson hit the gas and hit Jason Nation like 10 minutes after that wreck was over.
And they're gonna get some pressure from the leaders who have basically caught up. Doesn't look like any major damage to the 83 car though.
Yeah. Schweitzer
leading the field into turn
know, we talked a little bit to Ethan Dotson before he came out, Tommy. He was talking about, you know, we were joking about how dirty the car was after hot laps. And we were like, man, so did you just show up? You didn't want to wash the car? He's like, no, I always wash my car. And I asked, what about your dad? He's like, no, yeah, I wash his too.
Battle for second. That's a good one right now. McGowan to the inside, and the number 32, she throws it into the corner. Wayne Dotson on the high side. And the number 74. This is a battle for second. Dotson looks to hold on to the spot. Jared Schweitzer in front of these two has made a few slip-ups, nothing enough to change the battle for the, or to change the lead.
We will see some lap traffic with Tyler Johnson in the 24. White flag is in the air. Didn't it feel like someone nailed the wall just now?
It did. Johnson staying up in the high side. Trying to dial in that number 24 Sport Mod. Out of turn number 4, Jared Schweitzer. Checkered flag in the Sport Mod heat race.
Nation almost clipped the wall out of turn number 2. It's like he kept it off of it, but it was close. You know, Tommy, I think it's saying something. I know we had an incident in this race, but what does it tell you when the craziest races haven't involved Sport Mods yet? I mean, I'm almost worried about the next heat.
Yeah, I was going to say, it tells me we're not done yet.
Well, here we go. The final heat race for the Sport Modifieds getting ready before us. 6 of them getting ready to duke it out. The 117 Tim Paddock will start on the pole for this race with Chad Rickenback in the C9 on his outside. The 51 is Cruz Griffith with Garrett Jernigan. And that number 4 machine to the outside, they had to wrap it.
Yes, they did.
And I guess they said it was a pain in the butt.
It sure was, according to the crew guy.
The 174, Ethan Dotson. The 223, Lee Jensen. Green flag is in the air. And Lee Jensen still can't trust his farts. Tommy has a bug on his mic. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. It has Cruz Griffith to the inside of Paddock and Jensen on the outside.
Swarm of Sport Mods, Jeffrey. What were you saying about Sport Mods being the team heat races so far?
Still, funny enough, they could race 4 wide. I don't know. It's Sport Mods.
Oh, contact! And I don't know how Jensen.
Okay, now they're starting to worry me, which gets me right back to where the other divisions are. Rickenback has checked out in that C9 machine on lap number 2 of this race. Jensen is on a mission on the outside.
I don't know how Jensen.
That looks like a broken left front, Tommy, on that 223 machine.
Yes, it is. That's not going to slow the Dragon Slayer down.
If anything, it's just going to make him drive it that much harder.
I don't know. I was convinced both of those cars were rolling over at the track. Exit there.
Everyone's aiming for that front straightaway GoPro. Tell me.
Well, Rickenback out to the lead in that C9 machine.
Oh, Ethan Dotson way sideways out of turn number 2, holds onto it, but loses ground to Cruz Griffith. He sits in the 5th position. Lee Jensen continues with that broken left front. And the white flag in the air for the C9 of Chad Rickenback.
Lee Jensen's tired of dragging that wheel around, so he's just going to pick it up.
Out of turn number 4, C9, Chad Rickenback will win the final heat race of the night for the Sport Modifieds. Jernigan in 2nd. Lee Jensen carries his bruised and battered Sport Mod to a 3rd place finish with Cruz Griffith, Ethan Dotson, and Tim Paddock rounding out the field.
The heat race is on for the NMRA midgets. Britt Grissom in the 43. Easy away. Don Kiefer in the number 9 in the second spot. Getting some pressure from Kenny Wiley's number 96. And three wide for second spot.
I'm going to just interrupt Tommy.
You should. Chuck West in the 38, putting some pressure on Don Kiefer. The number 5 machine that is driven by Bruce Hiroshima. Won a few times out here. The 36 driven by the one, the only West Evans. And Anthony Lopiccolo rounding out the field in this NMRA heat race. A bit of a change you see, Jeffrey. We're used to seeing the leader running a Petty Blue, number 43.
That is right. Now he's running a Petty White.
I got nothing. I got nothing on that.
That joke was just too much?
That was mind blowing. Chuck West in the second spot. He could be chasing down your leader. Bruce Hiroshima in the 5 coming from the back. Battling for the second spot now. Don Kiefer, who started second. Slipped all the way back to the back, so that 9 car not running like he would like it to. Looks like he's backing that car off early.
This could be a pretty good finish to this heat race, Tommy.
Bruce Hiroshima to the high side. Chuck West in the second spot. And they're all trying to beat the 43 of Britt Grissom, who spins out. From the lead to last. Battle for the second spot. Chuck West, checkered, no yellow flag. For Chuck West. So,
I wonder, I just got to wonder if that's the officials going.
We got time.
Yeah, right? Because I otherwise don't know what the cars are for.
That was shaping up to be a fantastic finish. It could have been 3 wide for the lead.
It certainly had a twist and 1 turn.
Yeah. One lap shootout, Jeffrey. We were shaping up to see a fantastic finish. Does Bruce Hiroshima have anything for Chuck West on this 1 lap shootout? He's looking to the inside. West keeping the car on the low side, so Bruce is going to go to the high side. Through turns number 3 and 4, Chuck West, checkered flag. And I am excited for the main event.
Hiroshima gave it an effort there.
He did. That race just got me pumped up for the main event for the NMRA midgets.
And you know where you can see the main events if you weren't here tonight?
Low budget TV DVDs.
That's right. And we sell them for $20. You can see the link in the description if you want to contact us, email, get a hold of us. We also have a Facebook low budget TV. So if you're curious and seeing the entire night of racing, $20 will get you every lap of every lap.
Of every main event lap of all those laps.
Yeah, you got me. And we'll have all sorts of wall cameras around the track, so it's going to be exciting. Tommy, we have one more division, and I want us to talk about why is it so hot in Bakersfield?
It just they have an issue every few months throughout the year, right? Someone always turns on the heater and leaves their door open. And thus, it's this time of the year when we try to find that wild guy that does that.
Someday.
We're going to get him.
Someday. Getting ready for our first IMCA modified main event. 6 cars, and one of them just kind of lagging there. The 101 of Randall Davis into turn number 1 with Scott Gatson to his outside in the 29 machine. The 222, Larry Hood, and Bennett takes out a tire. Davis spins it out.
Keeps it running, though.
And almost hits the wall, but the caution will come out because there is a tractor tire in the groove. Kyle Heckman, that 00 machine, almost up to the lead at that point, isn't going to be thrilled that we have a full restart coming. Because now he gets to do it all over again. And that 00 machine will, well, be piloted by Kyle Heckman. Rounding out the field, the 07 of Troy Morris Jr.
Restart.
That number 29 machine seen as Scott Gatson, as 4 wide behind him, is going to be carrying an onboard camera tonight,
Potentially.
for Low Budget TV DVDs, assuming it works.
We're doing a trial run. That's if he makes it out of the heat races.
If you got nervous enough, Tommy, you have the capability of starting it now. Look at this. Dave is almost sideways. Bennett in the back of him. Here comes Heckman to the middle. He's going to spin it out with contact from Bennett. Heckman's like, I'll just hang out here until that yellow light comes
You
on.
know, the best thing that could have happened was Bennett completely taking out the 00.
Yeah, I mean, it did look like the 00 was on his way around anyways.
In theory, he would have had it parked in the center of the track, and that could have been dangerous for the rest of the field.
Now, Tommy, I ask, in this situation, where were the spotters?
You're right.
Lap number 1 restart. Gatson does not want to see these yellows come out. The 00 of Heckman has pulled it in the pit area, so after winning the last time we were out here, 3 wide in the back, Heckman is going to have a long night ahead of him if he's going to make his way to the front. Scott Gatson holds the lead over the 2-2-2 of Larry Hood. Hood dives to the inside. Hood's going to take over that lead. Morris moves into the 3rd position.
Been taking a break. Not sure if he's been too excited to race out here. Really for the fact that his last couple runs that we've seen him haven't turned out the best. Battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead, and it's the car that just clipped the tractor tire last time by. Does it again. That's Troy Morris Jr.
Remember, he lagged at the start in the back of the pack.
Maybe he knew that trouble was looming. White flag in the air for Troy Morris. Will he hit the tractor tire again? Not this time by. Bennett has moved into the 3rd spot ahead of Gatson. Davis holds on to the 5th. And out of turn number 4, it's going to be Troy Morris in his 07X machine taking over the victory. A very interesting IMCA modified heat race.
Here we go for another IMCA modified heat race. Steve Nolan will start on the pole to his outside, the 10N. Not Rob Sanders again. That is Kevin Irwin. Brian Clark in the 51B, the 2J, Justin Schweitzer, 15B, Brad Pounds. And great job by everybody to avoid, including Robbie Sawyer in the 198, the spinning 10N of Irwin. To the 360, as you can tell by the dust over in turn number 2. Keeps it running. Brad Pounds into the 2nd spot, chasing down Steve Nolan. Another driver on the move is the number 198, Robbie Sawyer, battling for 3rd to the inside of Clark. I guarantee you, Robbie had his eyes wide open when he saw that 10N sliding across his nose.
Tommy, I'm wondering if we have influence out here.
Well, now, why would you say that? Skid plate racing?
Look at the right front of Robbie Sawyer's car.
Oh, yeah, our Crash 'em Up event.
Yeah, we like putting X's on our wheels.
You know, that's got to be some dirt track specialty. He's not the only one that I've seen out here tonight running X's.
Yeah, we saw it on one of the Griffiths machines.
Very true. Battle for the lead, brewing up. Pounds to the inside of Nolan. Nolan doing a great job of keeping his lead. See the track starting to dry up a bit. White flag. This time by. Can Steve Nolan stay in front? the checkered flag flies. Hounds in second, Sawyer coming home third in this modified heat race.
It's a hot day. Not as many fans as you usually see here at Bakersfield Speedway.
But they're coming in.
But I was going to say the ones that were here were all on their feet. That was
very true.
That was a great finish.
But the crowd is growing, of course, as the sun goes down.
I'm sure by the time we get to main events, we'll
packed house. Yep.
Oh yeah.